This is ABC 7 News at noon. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for joining us. Topping our news today at noon, we're learning more about a boat crash that killed Miami Marlins pitcher Jose Fernandez and two others. Police say Fernandez was at a bar before that crash, and text messages suggest he may have been upset about something. ABC's Steve Osunsami has the details.
Authorities are blaming high speed for the crash that sent Jose Fernandez's speedboat hurling into these rocks early Sunday.
It's not a capsized vessel, by the way. The boat struck the jetty.
But this morning, friends are revealing that for some reason, the Marlins ace pitcher was very upset before the accident. In these text messages from earlier in the night between Will Bernal, a friend in town, and Rivero, who was with Fernandez at the time, Bernal is begging them not to go out on the boat. Try to keep him close to the shore if you go out. Trust me, it's not my time yet. I know, but try to keep Jose cool. Tell him what I said. Bernal explained himself to a local Miami station.
I didn't have a good feeling about it. It's too dark at night.
And now, a popular Miami bar and restaurant right next to a boat dock near the accident scene confirms that Hernandez and friends were there as late as 2 a.m., about an hour and a half before they were found dead. This morning, the families of the three young men are saying their final goodbyes.
His friend needed him, and he went to go support his friend, and he died being a friend. He died being a really good friend.
That's Steve Osunsami reporting. A public memorial service for Fernandez will take place this afternoon at Marlins Park in Miami, followed by a public viewing. A private funeral mass for family and close friends will be held tomorrow. Here at home, the Manatee County Sheriff's Office is investigating a shooting that left one man hurt. Deputies were called to a Florida Avenue Park subdivision on 5th Street West in Bradenton. Just before 8 o'clock last night, they found 43-year-old Jason Lebrecht with a gunshot wound. Deputies say he was arguing with a known suspect when he was shot. Investigators say his injuries are not life-threatening and no arrests have been made yet. In Sarasota, police are asking for help identifying a man who stole thousands of dollars worth of items from outside of a downtown flower shop. Surveillance video shows the man walking around outside the Awesome Orchids shop on Pineapple Avenue. Police say between September 1st and 2nd, several potted plants were taken from outside. 2 weeks later, more plants were stolen, including a metal bench that was bolted to the ground. Anyone with information about the theft is asked to call Crime Stoppers in Sarasota County at 366. Tips. A vote on a solar canopy built in the wrong spot is postponed by the Venice City Council. A contractor installing the structure in the parking lot of the Venice Community Center apparently looked at the site plans upside down, and then it was built in the wrong spot. Once the mistake was realized, work came to a halt. Now nearby residents want the canopy removed because it's blocking their view. However, moving the structure would cost $160,000. FPL has 2 weeks to look at residents' concerns before the City Council makes a decision. The City Council there also approving a skydiving business to operate at the Venice Regional Airport. Originally, the council was against that proposal, but after an assessment by the FAA found the airport only posed a minor risk to skydivers, the agency ruled the city must approve the business or risk losing FAA funding. With the approval, the owner of Skydive Venice Beach expects to have the business in place within 30 days. Skydivers will be jumping about 2 miles out over the Gulf from about 8 to 10,000 feet. Way up there. But what a view.
Man,
coming on down.
Imagine.
Yeah.
We had something else falling from the sky this morning other than skydivers.
Yeah,
we had some heavy rainfall at times. Isolated pockets of heavy rain, mostly just light showers and stuff. But that trend should continue through the day today. Plus, we have a new tropical storm. That's right. Matthew has finally formed. In fact, made a big jump from a system that had not enough organization to be classified as a tropical storm or depression yesterday to a tropical storm with 60-mile-an-hour winds today. So I don't think it'll gain a lot of intensity in the next few days, but thereafter, forecast models as this moves into the Central Caribbean or Eastern Caribbean forecast it to become perhaps as strong as a Category 2 hurricane or even better, who knows. The forecast track of the storm continues to require that we pay attention to it, and we'll actually go into detail on that in just a few minutes. Showers out in Gulf waters gradually drifting closer to us bring us a good chance of storms today. We'll call it about a 30 to 40% chance, mostly inland. It's where the heaviest rain will fall, but the chances are a little bit better than they were yesterday in addition to an additional moisture in the atmosphere. We also have a little bit of energy that has kind of moved across the Gulf waters and will be approaching our coastline later in the afternoon. All in all, it looks like an interesting forecast coming up. Then we'll detail it in just a few minutes, Scott.
All right, John, thank you. An emergency policy is being put into place that requires companies to alert the public of any incidents that could affect residents who live nearby. That policy was launched by Governor Rick Scott. It comes after Mosaic and state environmental officials took 3 weeks to tell the public about a large sinkhole that allowed millions of gallons of contaminated water to spill into the Florida aquifer. It happened last month at Mosaic's mining plant in Mulberry. The rule is only temporary, excuse me, and expires in about 3 months. Residents are concerned about what will happen after that.
The rule will no longer be in effect after 3 months, and it'll be up to the legislature, and unless they have an emergency legislative session, we'll have to wait till the legislative session in March.
Mosaic maintains that spill never seeped beyond its site. Sarasota's Marina Jack has a new owner. The marina's parent company merging with Dallas-based Suntex Marinas. Marina Jack's CEO says the two companies share a vision of future growth opportunities for their employees. The merger will not affect day-to-day operations, staffing at the marina, or the restaurants. Marina Jack is now one of several marinas that Suntex owns in 11 different states. Time now to get over to the kitchen and check in for the first time today with our culinary director, Judy Gallagher. What you have cooking today, Judy?
Ooh, Scott, I have a good one. I have a taste of the fall. It still may be hot outside, but autumn flavors are here. I'm making a granola crunch cinnamon French toast. I have some raisin brioche bread, which is going to just bring it up to that wonderful buttery soft texture. Crunch it up with some granola that I just ground for a little bit to get it a little finer. Then we're going to make a warm apple compote and use some pumpkin butter in it and all those fall seasonings. This is just a great dish anytime, but especially as the Jewish holidays start this weekend, I'll be making it for my family because it's traditional to have apples. So we will certainly bring this to you. So stay with me throughout the hours. We bring you a great granola crunch cinnamon brioche French toast.
My name is Julius. I have cerebral palsy. I work for Farmer Jeffy Weising Law Firm. I do a lot of data entry and scanning documents. I want to increase my working experience to make the company much better. At the end of the day, it's good to think of the day's work and to think about what I have accomplished.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to abilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Today at 4 on Suncoast View. Our big Suncoast Theater blowout continues. I'm Stephanie Roberts on Suncoast View. Venice Theater brings us cult movie turned rock musical. We'll learn about Toxic Avenger. Plus, our film critic is back to look at Oscar contenders opening here on the Suncoast. We head to the coast in Suncoast for Sale, and we're going green in the kitchen. Chef Judy brings us the best guacamole dishes. Today at 4 on Suncoast View.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
Get to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota today for deals worth celebrating during the Jeep Celebration event. Come shop the area's largest selection of Jeep Wranglers or check out a new Jeep Cherokee priced as low as $19,999. Stop by to see the stylish new Jeep Renegade starting at just $17,699. Or drive away in a new Jeep Patriot for just $14,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
I owed the IRS $20,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house.
The IRS is